Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Tuesday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, we see a high-pressure ridge shifting east of the Wyoming Divide. That should open the door for additional thunderstorm activity across the region today. Looking further upstream, we see a fairly broad low-pressure system here in the eastern Pacific with a number of disturbances embedded in that flow just waiting to come inland. And we'll take a look at that here in a few moments on our forecast charts. Looking at high temperatures for today, we are expecting daytime temps to run in the mid-70s to around 80 degrees here in the eastern Magic Valley and Snake River Plain. And if you jump up into the Central Mountains, it'll be in the mid-60s to lower 70s, and similar readings here across the southeast highlands. Looking at our forecast charts for this afternoon, that ridge axis remains east of the Wyoming border. It does open the door, like I said, for the potential for thunderstorm activity across the region, and this particular model is indicating a corridor of thunderstorms extending from about Sun Valley here up through Dillon, and a second corridor here from about Oakley up through Jackson Hole. Certainly we'll see thunderstorms outside of this region, but that's the general area that we're expecting thunderstorms for this afternoon. Certainly see some into the Snake Plain a little later this evening as well. Wanted to point out that the models are indicating that we do have some fairly accentuated instability along those two corridors there, particularly across the southeast highlands, where this instability might support some moderate-sized hail. In addition to the hail, we do have an index that we look at that shows us the potential for wind gusts from thunderstorms, and we are indicating some fairly decent thunderstorm outflow potential this afternoon in the Snake River Plain, but the best area is down here across the southeast highlands with wind gusts in the 50 to 60 mile per hour range. So we'll watch to see how that develops today. May see some severe activity down in that region. Advancing our forecast charts to Wednesday, we see the first in a series of disturbances now approaching the coast, and as a result, the flow across southeast Idaho will increase from the south. We're still expecting scattered shower activity to develop up into the Central Mountains late in the afternoon on Wednesday, and that'll begin basically the onslaught as this low pressure system begins to move inland on Thursday, with precipitation spreading in across the region, and as well as thunderstorms. There is a potential that some of this could get severe in this region here and along the Wyoming border, so we'll have to watch to see how that takes shape. The models have really over the last several days had positioned this particular area of enhanced thunderstorm activity in a number of places, so I'm really not going to get too hung up on where that will be at this point, but we are looking at the potential for maybe some severe activity here on Thursday. Jumping ahead to Friday, we see the low pressure system now right over the top of us. Temperature starting to cool off, and widespread showers and isolated thunderstorm activity throughout southeast Idaho at this time on Friday. Might get a little break here on Saturday as this storm system moves off to our east and the second one takes shape off the coast. However, it looks like the models, although we're under a ridge, is hanging on to some moisture across the region, which may help to produce some instability showers within the area here on Saturday afternoon. Jumping ahead to Sunday, that next low pressure system spreading inland, precipitation associated with that hitting the region, and as well we should see temperatures really beginning to take a digger here Sunday into early next week, with daytime highs only getting up into the 50s, maybe 60 in some of these regions here in the Snake River Plain. You get up into the Central Mountains and it's generally going to be in the lower 40s to lower 50s. Maybe faring a little better here across the southeast highlands with generally 50-degree readings. And looking at the ramifications of all that activity on our rivers, here we are looking at the observations this morning. We still have the big wood at Haley at bank full condition. We are expecting that to rise, and really no other rivers in immediate danger here. But we will look at the forecast here. With all that precipitation, we are expecting the Big Wood at Haley to jump to flood stage here sometime this evening, so we will continue a warning out for that area there. And then noticing that the big loss here at Howell Ranch looks like the forecast now out through 8 days keeps it below bank full. If you actually get in and look at the hydrograph on that particular gauge, it has it bumping bank full stage around Wednesday afternoon. We'll have to watch that. Forecasts have been fairly inconsistent throughout the time frame here that I've been working, so we'll just have to watch what's going on there. You jump over here to the Henry's Fork near Rexburg. The forecast out through 8 days has it reaching minor flood stage here sometime Saturday, and bank full conditions, or at least by sometime noon on Friday. So heading into the weekend, we should probably see some activity firing up here along the Henry's Fork. Cooler temperatures next week may help to mitigate some of the flooding issues, although the precipitation that we're going to be receiving isn't going to be helping, so it's going to kind of be a toss-up. We'll have to wait to see how that shakes out. That's all I had for you here this morning. Got a little long-winded. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and give us a call here at the number on the screen. Thank you.